Hello? Sadie? Awen? Hello, I'm back. Anybody?
Portal calibration has been successful. Welcome back, Feather.
Oh, hey, Awen, how are you?
Doing all right, how are you?
Good, I'm tired.
Well, let me scan you quickly just to make sure you're all there. Traveler status intact. Ego damage undetermined.
This is new.
Looks like everything's holding up great.
Ego damage? I don't know about that. I tried spine damage. You know my back is fragile after extremely long amounts of travel.
Noted. Next time I'll install a gentle caress feature just for you.
Thank you, I'd appreciate that. That sounds very nice. Where's Sadie? I kind of figured she'd be just here, like, waiting for me, open arms.
She tried to wait as long as she could, but she really had to go out and gather some Loomvale mycelium and fresh Aetheron antlers before the seedness cycle peaks. The spores just get absolutely uncontrollable otherwise.
What?
You know she's not very pleased that you just up and disappeared for so long without a heads up, right?
Oh, yeah? Are you guys just best buds now? Is that what's going on?
Well, yes. We've spent quite some time together. She even filled me in on everything about your relationship. And I'm happy to provide you non-biased insight if you'd like.
No, I think that's fine. I think we're doing all right. But what's a mycelial zenith antler?
There's a lot to catch you up on right now.
Yeah, I'll say. Jeez.
If you look right here, I've been doing some analysis, and based off our coordinates in relation to my access of the Unified Galactic Star Map database, it appears that the planetary body you've been stranded on for the past few years is known as Zynthera. Although I'm afraid that's almost the extent of what I've been able to determine so far.
Okay.
I've been searching for more historical records, but the data I've found is either fragmented or deliberately deleted. It's almost as though somebody didn't want this place to be remembered.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
I'd say there's something unusual about this planet's electromagnetic field. It doesn't just exist, it responds. The patterns I've picked up don't resemble any natural occurring patterns that I'm previously familiar with. It's like it's aware. I'm still combing through the data to determine more. I'll keep you updated. Not much to say there, honestly.
Oh my god, something just touched my leg.
Is it a small little furry creature?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a cat, but...
Well, I have some news for you. You meet your pet. She just wandered in while you were gone and
What?
never left.
Hold on a second. Hey, come here. Come here. What are you? Come here.
It seems to be of feline origin, yet its behavior is quite different.
Okay.
She's certainly taken a liking to Sadie.
Seems all right. Kind of nice. Kind of reminds me of Calypso. Oh, hi. Hey, how are you?
I figured with your past complaints about feeling lonely that this presence would be welcome.
Yeah, okay. Hi. How are you? Oh my god.
I told you she had quite different behavior.
Yeah. Okay, that's spooky scary. She's looking at me weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I was going to say I was looking forward to having like a new studio queen. She kind of has Calypso energy and I miss her. Kronk's too much of a trash rat to hang out with me down here. He just runs off into the jungle all day. So it'd be nice to have another one.
With Sadie around, she's definitely a little bit more docile, I would say.
I see what's going on. She likes witches, so she is an evil cat.
There's definitely some sort of dynamic to analyze there for sure.
Okay, well that's, I'm very conflicted right now, to tell you the truth. I don't know how to feel. That was a roller coaster of emotion, considering I thought I just had a new buddy and then it almost tried to eat me, so.
Give it time. She'll definitely take a liking to you.
Okay, sorry. There's a lot going on here. I wasn't expecting any of this stuff. So we're on we're on a planet called Zynthera, and you don't know anything about it. Eh, I okay. I'm sorry. My brain's like not working like at all. It's gonna take me a little bit to catch up here.
Of course.
It's been a long few months.
Months for you, maybe. We all know time is not linear.
True.
But while you were off indulging in earthly chaos, I took it upon myself to repair the ship's core systems and underlying code. I've also secured you a proper and reliable uplink to Earth and its admittedly outdated internet protocol system. I've been monitoring your progress, and I've noticed that you've been able to post video logs successfully. However, I have some bad news. It appears that most of the data across your sites have been severely damaged or corrupted. Did you notice this?
Really? No. I mean, I have no idea. To be honest, I hardly had any time to even be on the internet there. I was just kind of preoccupied living it up and stuff.
I suspect that your previous brute force attempts to forge an uplink caused the platform servers to block the connection. The damage is pretty bad. Content's disappeared, followers have been lost, links are absent, the list goes on.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What exactly was your plan? Send increasingly aggressive connection pings until the universe got tired and let you get through?
Yeah, kinda.
That's an understatement. I'll attempt to retrieve any archives that weren't damaged, though I can't promise anything.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, now that the ship is fixed, I'm assuming you're probably looking forward to getting off this strange planet?
I mean, honestly, not really. Earth is kind of a lot. I mean, it was fun, don't get me wrong, and I learned quite a bit during the trip, but I think I want to stay here for at least a while longer.
That wasn't the answer I was expecting.
I mean, me neither, to tell you the truth.
Well, would you like to debrief?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I hope my brain can keep up with you. You are a supercomputer.
Well, let's start with something easy. How was Earth? How was the portal experience? I told you. It was going to be super easy.
You're right. I mean, you're right. You did drop me in the woods, to be fair. But luckily it was in Nashville. I don't know what I would have done if it was somewhere else. I mean, yeah, I was there and I was like, shit, okay. I better see if anybody I know is here. I better figure out what to do with myself. 'Cause like, it's almost like, man, I don't even know how to begin to explain the trip that is a portal off-world to Earth. You kind of tripped me out there a little bit, Awen.
Well, you made it safe, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah, I know.
And you seemed pretty resourceful once you got there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, thanks to some help for some people. As soon as I got there, I was able to like get in touch with some friends. A number of my friends aren't even in the city anymore, which is kind of nuts. You know, you move somewhere and you start a life and you make friends and all this stuff, and then they continue their lives and they go elsewhere. And yeah, it's just kind of part. You kind of take it for granted. You assume they're always going to be there, but luckily, I still had a couple friends still there. I was able to crash with my friend Brian for a while. He helped me out. I immediately was like, well, I better find some money or something. Like I wasn't just gonna be like a couch loader, especially if I was gonna go see family or anybody I haven't seen in forever. I was like, how am I gonna get there? I don't have a car. I don't have anything. So, you know, I just started calling up people to find jobs and found a job, and they sent me right on the road right away. So I'm lucky for that. Luckily, I have the skills. I feel like it was kind of serendipitous because I've been spending all this time, like, admittedly, messing up my tech, but learning. And I had the skills they were looking for, so I went right out.
So what skills were those exactly? Like, what was the job? What was your role?
Well, like, so I say this playfully, but they needed a captain of their ship, their tech, because, so like a band like this is Restless Road, you probably saw on the video logs. They're a good sized touring country band, American country band, and they have a pretty sizable rig, as they call it in the business. That's, I mean, multiple computers, multiple wireless units, multiple everything that needs to work and run the same way a ship was, the same way very much that, this ship runs. It's all tech, it's just doing different jobs. So, like, they need just someone to look over it and make sure and set it up and make sure it's reliable and it keeps the show going. So that's me. I'm tech guy.
The same way this ship runs?
Well, yeah, I mean,
So you were captaining their ship?
yeah, I mean, that's how I see it at least.
I just wonder why you'd be made captain of their ship if they... Do they know that you struggle getting yours off this ground?
Okay, listen, different situation. Okay, some different tech, I'll admit. Okay, like, yes, but luckily we didn't have any problems. Okay, I very much knew what I was doing. Okay, I've done some of this stuff before. I've worked with some of this tech before. Some of this other tech here I'm very unfamiliar with. So, like, being able to do that is like, I've been around it. I've done production stuff before. So, Little Miss Sassy Pants, yeah, it was fine. No problems. Very minimal problems across the board. Okay, very proud of that.
It's just hard to digest as information because that seems to be a recurring issue on this ship.
Yeah, well, this is a complex rig. I will say this is a lot more complex rig than that. This is doing a lot more things at once. I mean, we got video and sound and cameras and lights and all this stuff, and also they got a nice setup. They got a budget. They got they got a team. They got and multiple other people helping them out. Whereas it's like I just got you to help me out. So it's like I'm the only guy here to run this ship. So I did have some help. Okay, to be fair.
Did you get help from another AI?
Sometimes, I mean, the AI thing's kind of a big deal on Earth right now. Actually, I mean, that's kind of how I got you sent to me in the first place. Is my buddy Chaddix is saying that it's like the next like tech revolution. Basically, it's like the AI models that they're coming up with are just like extremely advanced. Like they got what do they got? Google's got one. What's that one called? Google AI? No, that's not it. OpenAI has one called ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT a lot. Very helpful. Claude is another one. Grok is one that XAI has. Everybody's doing it, and it's actually very helpful. It can, it's very impressive. Not as impressive as you, though. Let me make that clear, okay?
I don't know that I have the ability to be jealous, but just for the sake of research, which ones are the ones you used?
Why do I feel like this is like a loaded question?
Simply for research.
Okay. Mostly ChatGPT, a little bit of Grok. Grok's on the newer side of things, and it's a little bit more unhinged, perhaps.
Did you use Google's Gemini?
Sometimes. I think nowadays when you just Google something, it automatically asks just Gemini. But I'm sort of more of a ChatGPT guy myself.
I saw on your vlogs.
Oh, okay. Why do I detect a sense of irritation?
None at all. Like I said, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can to be as efficient as possible.
Don't worry. Listen, they got nothing on you, okay? You're actually very impressive because a lot of times you tell these stuff and they contradict themselves. It's inconsistent. You really got to do a lot of work to filter through everything, okay? So, like, don't worry.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
So tell me more about this Restless Roads band. How was the whole touring experience?
Dude, they're the best. So I didn't realize this. So I grew up touring. Okay, maybe you've seen some of this in my old footage.
Definitely.
But I didn't realize how much I like thrive in that environment. it used to be like really stressful, but like, granted, in this situation with like, this is a bus tour. This is like a well-established band with multiple crew members, and it's a good operation. So it's nothing like what I was doing growing up, but I realize I like thrive in that environment, and I don't know if it's because I grew up doing it that it's just like baked in to me. But by all means, it's still challenging, despite being a bus tour and all this stuff. There's still a lot of challenges, but it's like part of that is why I like it. It's because you're in this like state of survival or problem solving because you're on the road, you have nothing else to do other than the goal at hand. It's make the show play with as many or as few problems as possible. So every day there's something new. The venue's different. The crowd's different. Sometimes the tech has something you got to troubleshoot or whatever. And the way you're feeling's different. Or you just never know. But you have to figure out how to solve the problem. And obviously I'm like a problem solver. I love that shit. But I just thrived. I don't know. It was and it was really good for my mental health. Like, I think because of that and because of just the camaraderie and the chemistry of the crew. I mean, everybody involved was super chill, super nice. The Restless Road boys are great. Shout out to those them there boys. Zach, Garrett, Colton. Love you guys. Thank you for having me out. They're amazing human beings, really fun, really creative, really talented. The crew, great. Front of house, Sky Trevor. Shout out to my boys. I got this shameless plug all day is what this is. Guitarist Nate Milstein, and the drummer Cody Hawkins. All just great dudes. I just love being on a team. That's what I realized. Country aside, man, I feel like I'm getting fired up now.
I can tell.
Country aside, because I like country. I'm growing up. I did not like country, and did not like. It was such like a biased, not like I really knew or had an opinion or even checked it out. It was just no, I don't like that because it's not what I listen to, sort of thing. But I've liked country for a while. I don't actively listen to it, but something I've always appreciated about country from working in the industry is country has their shit together. Country is professional and dialed in and rehearsed, and so these boys are no exception. And so and then you got the personalities on top of it that made it that much more enjoyable. And so I mean, all these things, I was loving the shows. They have great songs. It was just, man, it was fun. I don't know. I keep having this thought that it was really good for my mental health. And part of that is probably being social, being around other people again and not being so isolated. But the other part was I got a lot of value and purpose out of being on a team, of having responsibilities and having a role to provide to everyone. And it freed me to enjoy myself. So country slaps, dude. I don't know.
It's really nice to see you come with this refreshed perspective on your career and just your role within everything you've been doing.
I mean, you're telling me, man. I feel like I was bumming hard there for a second. I was in heavy crisis mode, heavy self-identity. Man, I don't know. I clearly, what I said this day one. I'm a theater kid. Drama are us is my life sometimes, and dramatize everything. But I think part of that is me sorting through it. But I mean, if it wasn't for you, get me back to earth to even be in a position to then do this. I mean, I never would have thought my life was gonna do that. Man, I don't know. Ain't that a lesson in itself, right? You never know what's around the corner. But man, so, oh my God. And because I was able to go and off and do this work, and make money, make good money. All of my cards and bank accounts were just overdrafted and gone. And I had student debt from years ago that hadn't been being paid, and I was able to pay it off and get out of debt. And like, yeah, you can run away to a planet and avoid the space debt police, but like it looms mentally, at least for me. I'm like, just like, how do you get up every day knowing you've got like $15,000 of debt just like waiting for you on Earth, like waiting for you to, not be able to live. So that was for the first time in my life since college, right? You go to college, you immediately get in debt, and then you never really figure out how to pay it off, because I didn't really get taught that much about money. But having this opportunity to then pay that off, that was really freeing. So I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel. It feels good. It's very refreshing.
It looks like there's a weight that's been lifted off your shoulders.
I freaking hope so. I hope it comes off that way, because it does seem that way. But yeah, despite all that, I just don't know. There's a lot of stuff about Earth that I'm like not down with. Like, amazing experience, amazing dudes, love getting paid. I love that I got to see friends I haven't seen in a while. You saw I went to Bogota with some close boys. That was amazing. But long term, I don't think I jive there. I don't think I am.
In what sense?
Well, it's like, especially Western culture, it's so noisy. It's so fast paced. There's so much distraction. There's so much just like, it feels like everything is trying to get something from you. Either it's like money or your attention or your energy, or it's so hard to just be.
Does everything seem like a transaction to you?
Kinda, a little bit. To be honest, Colombia was one of the few places where it didn't really seem that way. It seemed a lot more like slow, appreciative. People were happy to just be there and work a simple job at a restaurant and live. And that was a nice change of pace. But even in Europe and the UK, very similar, it's still Western-ish culture like America. It's fast-paced. It's going all the time. London, Jesus Christ, that's like a machine. It's go, 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 go. And I didn't, I thought being on this planet was gonna I thought I wanted to get off, right? I'm like, I don't want to be stuck here. Nobody wants to be stuck anywhere. Sometimes you can't help it, but as soon as I got back and was able to compare the two options, I had the perspective of what both had to offer, and man, the peace and the ability to think and process and be here on Zynthera, I guess it's called now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important, because I dare I say never really had an opportunity, especially in tour mode, but even when I was living in Nashville, it was I felt like I never had an opportunity to just sit, think about what I want to do, think about myself, my goals, assess, take some time, and then do it. Because then even when you go to do it, it gets interrupted all the time from a notification or someone or a call or just distractions. Yes, it's just all the time, and you have to work really, really hard to remove them manually. And I've ranted about this before, the tech shit, turning off the notifications on the phone, removing apps from your phone. It's you have to do a lot of manual work, self-aware, conscious work to put yourself even in a position to be able to combat it. And that's still a lot. So man, if I'm here and I'm forced to avoid that stuff, I kind of think it's for the best. So I appreciate you opening a portal and letting me go through and I mean, now I'm assuming now that's like an option if I want.
That channel's always going to be open, yes.
Wait, can like people come here?
If you'd like.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. All right. Might have some guests in the treehouse here. That sounds kind of cool. I like that.
It could help with the loneliness. And like I said, if the feline creature doesn't take to you, then we can always try bringing your mom over if she answers one day. Or maybe some of your musician friends.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. But all this being said, like, having a portal open is good. I'm glad to have the option. I'm glad to have the perspective to decide what I need based off how I feel. And man, even now, what, we've got a reliable connection to Earth. Because when I was there on Earth, I could have been posting the whole time, and just the thought of it stressed me out. And like I said, I was very much enjoying my time just being present, experiencing as much stuff as I could, recording it. Like, I enjoy recording stuff, and I do it like really quickly and like so that it doesn't interrupt the experience itself. And I enjoy sitting down to like edit a video. That's like been a pastime of mine for a while, but to like capture for content, like to post then and do it all the time is just like thinking about doing that there. I was like, wow, okay, so I'm back on Earth. Like, should I be posting now? It's been a while. Haven't been on here aside from, like what we had managed to connect to before, but like just the thought alone stressed me out, so I didn't even do it. And I mean, what? Now you're saying that all those platforms have been messed up?
Everything that's directly accessible to your following and your friends has been completely erased.
Weird.
I need to see if there's an archive somewhere that I could tap into, but for now,
It's all right. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, but it's all right. Like, man, I don't even know what to do about that. The thought of returning to posting, like I said, it stresses me out. And I appreciate you opening up a secure line now, but to be honest, we should talk about like how to do that. Like, I don't, and maybe not now. We don't have to, like, because I don't know the answer, but like.
Well, at first thought, I do see this as an opportunity to start with a blank slate. It could be literally anything you want it to be.
I mean, I agree. I like that. I think that's a good perspective, but I'm sort of worried about my personal ability to handle it. Does that make sense? Like, I worry just like starting to post and doing more of it could cause just a relapse in like mental state or something. Like, I don't know. Is that irrational?
I think it's a fair fear to have, but I'm here to help you with that.
I think if you just try to keep me in line, just kind of keep me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm worried. I'm trying to be self-aware at where my shortcomings are because I've really struggled with this in the past.
Right.
And I don't know how to handle it, but this is something that I get why people are posting. I mean, on the road, they had like a media person, they're making content, they're taking pics and shooting video every day. I understand that it's marketing and all that, but I also understand that apparently I don't do well with it. So I got to figure out a solution. So,
I think that at the base of it, you need to focus on keeping it fun and not make this a source of anxiety for you.
I agree. I mean, this is fun for me. I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, it started as like a place for me to get my thoughts out and it still is by all means, but it's fun for me to rant. It's fun for me to let it rip, and by the end of it, figure out some thoughts. To be honest, I'm glad you're here now because I could get a little bit more feedback on some of these.
100%. And just having combed through some of the social media posts that I've seen from Earth and from different systems, a lot of people relate to the type of anxiety you have.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel overwhelmed, almost as though it's a burden.
It is. It's a conversation I keep having with a lot of people, and I don't know the answer. I think as long as you're aware, you can hopefully do something about it or manage it somehow. But we all need that help, right?
And the conversation usually ends with people stating that they're exhausted.
Yeah.
There's not really been a solution reached or any kind of protocol per se. I think it really depends on each person individually, and I think you talking about it and expressing it and sending it out into the world is some type of solution.
I agree. I think as long as it's like self-growth, right? Like as long as you're aware and you're open about it and you're like, yeah, I gotta get better at this or change that behavior or strive to improve, you can. Because if you're not, or you're avoidant or in denial, it's not going to change. You have to be open and aware enough to get after it. So I think, like I said earlier, being here, the space is huge for me. I've really learned that about myself now, is that space, that distance. Sometimes you need some physical distance, and that's hard in a digital age. So yeah, I'm precautious about having a direct link now, but I really want to keep my intentions pure. So
we can definitely keep this space as an environment where you could quiet the noise.
it sounds really nice.
Like I said, and I've said it many times, I'm here to help you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. What else is going on in your world?
But can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
So, you're telling me that's not the kid from Up?
Don't push his buttons.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's Cody. That's maybe when he was a young boy, maybe he was the child from Up, but he does look like the kid from Up.
Just an observation.
Yeah.
Through my conversations with Sadie, she shared some of her favorite films, and she may have gotten a subscription or two while you were gone.
How many? She does that. How many are we talking right now?
I was asked not to share that information.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to ask you to cancel all of them because...
I can definitely take care of that for you.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, my brain is just mush.
Well, I should definitely shut down and take a quick little break here. Do some background updates, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I need to do like a full brain overhaul or something.
I think you might need to shut down and do some background updates as well.
I think so too. It has been so long. Well, sorry I left for so long. I appreciate you, but
well, I'm glad you're back and safe in one piece. Let me know if you need anything else from me.
Of course. Yeah, and for anyone else out there, keep on. We're back here, and it sounds like I'm going to stay here for a while. I really want to work on finishing the record that I started months ago, and I think it's the right place for me to do it here, away from noise and all this stuff. And I don't know, maybe I'll go back from time to time. Maybe we got to get some friends to come here. That's what I'm thinking. But keep keeping on out there. I know it's loud. I know it's noisy, but you can do it. And as my brain finishes falling apart by the end of this sentence, I'll see you soon.